Okay, we'll wait for the candidate to arrive. Hey, hi. This is Michael. I'm your assessor for today, and you are
TS. Call me TS.
Hey, hi TS. Come take a seat. Okay, TS. Before we begin, I will have to check your IC if you don't mind. TS, IC number S8888888X. You have a very lovely IC number. Here, thank you. Okay, so TS must be really tired, I guess.
Very tired.
Okay, we'll try to make this as quick as possible so that you can go back and rest. Okay.
Sure, that'll be good.
So the purpose of this assessment is for you to be tested on the competency unit, sales products and services. Okay, it's for us to find out whether you are competent or not competent in this unit. Are you aware of this?
Sort of.
Okay. So have you gone through the training for this unit?
Some time ago.
Oh, some time ago. As in how long?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So it still remain fresh enough for you to take on this unit?
Hopefully.
So would you still want to carry on?
I'd like to proceed.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. So we will be conducting this in accordance with the organization SOP, which is over here, and we'll be using the operating environment of ABC store, and you will need to be familiar also with the industry code of practice and laws. Okay, I assume that you have been working in ABC store long enough to be familiar with all this.
More than 20 years.
Wow, more than 20 years. Wow, you are a very experienced salesperson. Yes, so we shouldn't have any issue with this. Okay, so the whole process should take us, it consists of a role play, which should take us about 20 minutes, and of oral questioning, which will take about 10 minutes. Okay, so that will be our entire assessment for today. And I would like to mention that the content of this assessment should be confidential. Anything that happens here, you should not be discussing with your colleagues. And even though I mentioned, you will also have noticed that we actually have a videographer and an observer. They will be watching in, but whatever they do will not form part of this assessment and will not impact this assessment in any way. In the unfortunate circumstance that I will have to NYC you, which of course we hope will not happen because you are a very experienced salesman, there is an appeal process. Okay, let me quickly go through with you. Okay, so that we hope that it will not happen, but it is my duty to explain it to you. Okay, so if it really happens, okay, and you have the choice to appeal. Okay, so in order to appeal, within 7 days of an assessment date, which is today, you have to send an email. Are you able to see this?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You have to send an email to the assessment manager. You are aware who he is, right? Yeah. And in the email, you have to mention the reason for your appeal and make a payment of $30. Okay. Within 4 weeks, an appeal panel will investigate and make a decision on this appeal. Please note that the appeal panel's decision is final, okay, but this final decision can be either one of them. Number one, they may say that the NYC remains. If the NYC remains, you will have to register for a reassessment and pay $50. Okay, you're allowed one more reassessment after this one. Okay. On the other hand, if they feel that there's sufficient ground for a reassessment, okay, an independent assessor, okay, will be appointed, that means not me, to do a reassessment. And if you clear this reassessment, it will be considered as if you cleared the assessment the first time round, and you'll be refunded your $30. Okay, now of course, we hope that this will not happen. Okay. Would there also be any, I mean, so far health-wise, everything, you're fully okay, you're all ready to go for this assessment?
Really, although you still look tired.
Well, you look like you can do it. Okay, you will have noticed that I'm already starting to take notes here and there. Okay, the whole process, there will be lots of notes taking, and even my observer will be taking notes as well. Okay, but again, like I mentioned, all this will be confidential. Okay, so would there be any other questions that you?
No.
Okay, so if there is no other question, in front of you is a role play scenario as well as an SOP of ABC score for you to familiarize again. Okay, you may want to take some time to read this through. Okay, once you're ready, you let me know and then we can start to talk about our role play scenario. Okay?
I'm ready.
Wow. Okay, come. Let's take a look over there. Please go sit in your chair. Okay, so Mr. TS, are you familiar with this setup?
With 20 years experience, yes.
So this is the ABC department store that you are used to. So when you're ready, you will stand in your usual place where you greet a customer, and I will go out and I will take my position as a customer for you to go through the role play.
I'm ready.
Okay, come. So please demonstrate to me your competence in CE1 and CE2 when I return as a customer. Mr. Salesman, are you able to help me?
You should be very knowledgeable about all these products.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
the product down there speak loudly already.
Oh,
What you can pick up from here.
okay. So if I want to buy any of this, I just buy, is it?
You have your choice. Depending on how it's going to satisfy your requirement.
So, okay. Is there any, do I get a cheaper price if I buy in bulk or something?
You can see from the price list down here. Pick your choice.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, end of role play. Mr. TS. Thank you for the role play just now. Take a seat. Okay, I'll be recording. So please take a seat first. You may want to take a look again.
Oh no, I'm very familiar with it. Right?
Okay. No problem. If you don't mind me asking also, just now when you were doing the role play, that was how you will normally work with a customer that comes in with that.
I strongly believe that the display down there shows everything, the item, physical item, the price list, the product dimensions and so on. Interested customers probably they should be able to pick for themselves. I don't think there's a need for me just to go through another further explanation. The product speak louder than anything.
And so far, how has sales been for you during all these 20 years? Were you able to make a lot of sales?
Well, depending on my customers who are the professional sort of teachers, they know what to do. They know what to acquire for their students. For students to come in fact, it is much easier. They buy out impulse, they get what they want. And that's the reason why it took us a lot of pain to have everything on display there. List out the price, make sure the products are the latest product on display. What else do you want me to do? Hey, Mr. Assessor, you've been taking too long a time.
I will have to be careful with everything. I mean, you want me to assess you properly, right?
I would like certainly with your years experience. How many years experience do you have in doing this job?
Well, as many as yours. You really are a very experienced sales associate.
I'm running out of time. Could you please get up your speed or not?
We have about 20 minutes as
Yes.
I've explained. Are you actually in a hurry to be somewhere else?
I will oblige to finish off the time limit that you have. But at the rate they're going, I don't think we can complete it in 20 minutes.
Point noted. Thank you for letting me know.
You have barely less than 10 minutes.
Thank you. move into oral questioning. Are you ready to start the oral questioning?
Sure.
Okay, Mr. TS, why is it important to serve, greet, and bid farewell to customers?
Get more business.
And how would serving, greeting, and bidding farewell get more business?
Make them happy.
So by how would serving, greeting, and bidding farewell to them make them happy?
Giving them the respect.
So how do you find out what a customer needs?
Well, it's demonstrated. Everything is on display down there. Price tag is there. Products, the latest products are on display. They probably can pick what they want.
So
It took us a lot of pain, as I say, to have all those things display.
okay,
So
because what you answered to me was what has been set up. The question that I was actually trying to ask out is what would you do to find out what a customer needs? You
as
as
I
a
say,
salesperson.
the seller itself were able to encourage the customer to recognize their needs.
So then, what would you do then, since the setup has already helped them to recognize
Just show the seller.
Okay, so you will show the setup, is it? So how do you show the setup?
Whatever is on display, the layout, the product range.
So basically, do you actually talk at all to the customer to show them?
Well, if they do ask some questions, probably I'll respond to them,
And how would you respond to them?
depending on what their needs.
And how would you respond to find out their needs?
They have to talk, they have to ask me and share with me what are the purposes for coming to the shop to get what they want.
Okay, so how would you get them to share with you this?
Ask them to speak up.
Okay, when a customer objects to the price of an item and they claim that other stores are selling it cheaper, what would you say?
Let them think twice. Let them go and explore further. Let them do more window shopping.
In what manner would you get them to think twice and
Probably, as I say, the price, they will register the prices from the various window shopping they have gone through.
So how do you match the customer's requirement to your product recommendation?
As I say, it is very much on their requirement. They can make the choice. whatever on display. If it's there, it's there. It's not there, then there's a our shops does not meet their needs.
Okay. So can I then say that you feel that you yourself do not need to match the customer's requirement?
Oh, we thought that we have done enough surveying, we've done enough research, whatever we have displayed, probably we meet up more than 90% of the customer needs.
So if let's say the customer actually approach you and tell you, I really have these 1, 2, or 3 requirements, how would you match that requirement?
Or if the display show that, then I recommend that. If the display doesn't show that, then that's it.
Can you name me one reason why you may need to present alternative products to your customer? Like for example, they may want this certain product, but you don't, they may not have. You may not have it.
Just say sorry, I don't have it in my shop at this moment.
If let's say the customer asks about what can they do if the product they have is no good, what would you tell them?
Show the evidence why it's no good.
What do you mean by that?
The customer probably have to show evidence why it is not good.
Evidence like?
In whatever requirement that's not being met, show us why they do not meet their requirements.
Is there any kind of things that their rights or something that they will need to know?
Well, probably all this are being governed by the what we call the trade warranty and all those areas. They can read more about the laws.
Okay. So we have come to the end of the assessment. Give me a short while I complete some paperwork, and I will let you know the result of your assessment. Mr. PS, I'd like to give you my feedback. Generally, from what I can see, through your experience here in this company, you felt that the company already has a system where the product sells for itself with a minimum input from the sales personnel in engaging the customers. If I may quote the SOP that's inside, it appears to be in variance with what you have told me. Okay, but we can talk to the company about this to clarify. If I were to follow the SOP that is required in assessing you, in conducting this assessment, I would say that you did not show that you acknowledge customer at the appropriate timing in accordance with the organization standard. You actually stood at one side and you did not welcome or make an attempt to engage the customer. I will also say that you did not appear to be very positive and helpful in your behavior to the customer. And because there was so little interaction, I was unable to also perceive you using effective questioning and effective listening skills and non-verbal communication cues. All these are actually part of the competency units that you need to acquire when you are doing your training. Yeah. And I could not notice that you observe a customer's behavior to see if the customer may indicate interest in the product or the service. I was also unable to see you clarifying any requirement using communication skills, like for example, a tone of voice, maintaining eye contact, paraphrasing my questions. So I didn't observe that too. And I did not observe you also directing the customer to the merchandise that meets his needs. In fact, perhaps you were not even aware of his needs. That's why you were unable to do that direction too. Okay, but I could see that you were at least taking on your position there and be in a position where at least the customer can see you to ask questions. I could not observe you identifying and explaining the range of goods or services. In fact, it appears that you expect the customer to look for it themselves, which is what you told me the goods will sell for themselves. The PC 2.2, I also did not see you demonstrate the products or services to meet the customer's need. And I did not observe you highlighting and explaining to customer the products, features and benefits as well. In a way, I can see that you did try to encourage customer to try products and services by saying you can, but I feel that the trying out wasn't really a big thing. It's more like the customer knows. So I can sense that the understanding is the customers knows best what they want. Yeah, and then the company also has a specific SOP on how to do returns if a customer is not happy with the product, and that was one of the questions I asked. If the customer feel that there's something wrong with the product, what can they do? And I could not observe you being able to let me know and understand how the customers will return their products. So during the oral questioning, I was very happy. You understood why it is important to serve, greet, and bid farewell to the customers, because you said it's to show respect to them. This is correct, and it's very well done. And I asked, how do you know what a customer needs? And of course, your understanding is that you just tell them to speak up. So there were your understanding of this is that there is no need to really probe further. They would speak up if they need to. And I asked, when a customer objects to the price of an item, how would you, what would you say? And you mentioned that the customers will window shop and they will have registered the price from their other shopping, which means you would actually encourage them in a way to leave if necessary. I asked how you will match customers' requirements to a product recommendation, and I understand that your understanding is that if the display shows it, that's it. There's no need to do anymore. And I did ask you, how would you present alternative products to the customer if they couldn't find one? And what you mentioned was that, sorry, we don't have it. So basically, again, encouraging the customer to look elsewhere instead of presenting an alternative product. So based on all the necessary underlying knowledge and the necessary PC, I will have to say that unfortunately, you are not yet competent in this.
I don't agree.
It is okay for you not to agree. In fact, if you don't agree, there's actually an appeal process. Would you like me to go through?
So how many? I already told you I'm familiar with this. How many years have you been doing all this assessment?
Well, like I mentioned, not as many years as you have been a sales.
So you think they've done a fair job?
According to the assessment process, if you feel that I have not done a fair job, there is an appeal process that you can go through. Would you like me to go through it?
Only, I understand that very well.
So if you feel that there's no need for me to go through appeal process, what we can do is, okay,
I refuse to sign.
Okay, it is okay for you to refuse to sign. I'll just take a note that you refuse to sign, and the assessment manager will have to be notified. That
Alright.
Let me put down that you refuse to sign first. If you don't mind me asking, which is the major point that you feel that I'm being unfair?
From the very beginning, I have the impression given to me, you are there outright to fail me.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, how did I give you that impression? Is it from my demeanor, my tone of voice, or?
And that's the question I asked, how many years have you been doing this assessment? I felt that probably you may not be tactful enough.
Okay, I'm going to indicate that you feel that I do not have enough experience in assessing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, give me a while. I'll just finish writing this down first, and then I'll get the manager in. Okay. So basically, just once the manager has taught you, remember to email within 7 days with the reasons and the payment, and you can actually do an appeal, and we will see how the. All right, let me get the assistant manager. Okay. End of assessment.